Good afternoon. Our next and unfortunately last speaker of the day is the Senior Vice President and General Manager of Fleischmann Hillard Manila. She is a veteran public relations practitioner with over 20 years of experience working in the Philippines and the American cities of Houston, Boston, and Los Angeles. In 1987, she helped establish PAC, or the Public Affairs Communicators Incorporated, a local independent public relations agency where she honed her skills in crisis management, public affairs, lobbying, and running political campaigns. In 1997, she negotiated for PAC's acquisition by Ogilvy and Mather in the Philippines. As managing director of Ogilvy Public Relations Worldwide, she led a team that won not only one, but two annual awards in 2000 from the Public Relations Society of the Philippines. In January 2002, she was tapped to head the Manila office of Fleischmann Hillard, the largest international public relations agency with headquarters in St. Louis, Missouri. She holds the double distinction of being the first local and the first female to head the Manila office of Fleischmann Hillard. She is the past president of the Philippine chapter of the Association, or the International Association of Business Communicators. She is also a cum laude graduate of liberal arts, major in communication arts from the Romero College. Please welcome Ms. Cosette Romero.
Okay, good afternoon, dear students. It's quite an honor for me to be addressing a group such as this. As I was telling your dean earlier, my generation really looks forward to, encouraging the next batch of graduates to join our industry and become as successful as some of my own peers. Well, today, don't worry, I know I'm just like a few minutes away from your next gimmick tonight. So I just have about 10 slides, I think. So what I want to do now is share with you some slides on possible careers in public relations. And again, like you, I too was once a student hoping to get into the right job. Okay, next slide please. Okay, I don't know, your yuppie speaker just said that, mentioned the word stressful. Yes, indeed, it is a very stressful career. In 2012, public relations executives landed in the number 2 rank as the most stressful career, next only to airline pilots. Okay, this year, our career has improved considerably. We're just now ranked number 5. Okay, number 5 after military personnel. Those are soldiers, the military general who's out in the field, firefighters, a commercial airline pilot. Okay, and Career Cast USA, which did this study, says that PR executives are masters of damage control. Thus, we need to be able to think and act quickly under stress. Our profession lives in the public eye and is also one of the professions attracting the most college students, which is now a challenge to you because now it makes landing a job and developing a career even more difficult because there's more competition. Next slide, please. Okay. In my company alone, Fleischmann Hillard is an international communications company. The Manila office was established in 1997. It was incorporated in 2000. We're a branch of Singapore operations. I took over managing the Manila office in 2002. Before that, there were actually 2 Australian expats who were running the office. So I'm really proud to say I'm the first Filipino and the first female at that. So all you women out there is a future in PR. So in my company alone, in 2012, we hired 900 new people and 300, 1/3 of this alone were in the Asia Pacific area. We have 16 offices in Asia Pacific. Okay, next slide please. Okay, I did not realize that I would be addressing a diverse audience. I thought there were only students from PLM. What I did was, I did some research with my staff and asked who were the more well-known PLM graduates who are now either in media, in advertising, in PR. And you have quite a roster, no? Monis Berto, I just had a chat with him before I went up on stage this afternoon, so I think you've heard him. He's the head of SMART, Communications and Public Affairs. So you have people like Roy Iglesias, Will Magalbante, Michael V. I was surprised to learn came from this institution. Dov Alex, Christopher Capuzzo, Donabel Gatdula, she's a senior business reporter for Philippine Star. We work closely with her. Sherwin Alfaro, one of the senior radio reporters of our age. Julio Segovia, Ria Grana, Claudette Mocon, Yvonne Cabrera, Baby C, Romel Cacho, Jason Gutierrez, Cynthia Balana, and Babylin Cacho. So these are some of the more popular and successful graduates from PLM. Congratulations. Next slide, please. Okay. In our office alone, in our company, the Manila office, you'll be very glad to know that I've actually hired 3 graduates from the school. One, Nico Marco, he worked with us from 2007 and 2011. In fact, Nico was one of our outstanding, we called him as a star, a rising star, and our Malaysia office actually imported him. So we lent Nico to our KL office for 2 months, but he was so good that they asked me if they could borrow him, and he actually worked with our Malaysia office for 3 years. He moved recently. He is now the head of PR for APAC for Agoda. Agoda.com, it's hotel booking site. Edwin Padillo is also a graduate of PLM. He initially joined us in 2006 as a production assistant, and he came back to us in 2000. He's now an account manager, and they tell me that he used to write for your, is that a news magazine, newsletter? It's your school paper, what is it? Okay, Pamantasan. And then recently, last year in December, we hired Ferdinand Bondoy. He was features editor of AP, and now he's an account director. Okay? And yes, because we're an international agency, one of our advantages is that we are able to pay good salaries. There's always the opportunity of foreign assignments. We have training, travel. When Ferdinand joined us in December, on day 3, we already sent him to our Hong Kong office for training. Next slide, please. Okay. I will now get into, but I think most of you are now senior students. Okay, some of the qualifications for getting an internship at Flashman Hillard. And I'd like to thank Nessa. Where's Nessa? Nessa Teking. Hi, Nessa. Okay. She was our intern last year, and I think that's the reason why I'm here today. And these are some of our qualifications. You must have units or subjects in PR, must complete a minimum of 200 hours. This must be a course requirement. You must be endorsed by your college dean or department head. And of course, you must pass the qualifying interview. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay. What are some of the qualifications to succeed in PR? My own personal story, and I was sharing this with my protocol officer, Rochelle. Where's Rochelle? Rochelle? Oh, there's Rochelle. How did I get into this? In first grade, I wrote my first article in the grade school paper when I was 7 years old, in first grade. I went on to high school. I was actually the high school editor-in-chief of a higher school paper. I went on to college in Maryknoll, which shows you my age. It's now Miriam College. And I think I was the youngest editor-in-chief, I got the post, I was an incoming junior. Usually you get the post when you're incoming senior, but I was one of the youngest editor-in-chiefs. So, and I also was very fortunate that right after graduation, I graduated liberal arts, major in communication arts. I had two choices then. You must understand this was in the mid-70s. The choice was either to develop a career in journalism or in advertising. Most people at that time were really interested in pursuing careers in advertising, but I opted for journalism. In fact, one of my favorite professors, Mr. Buchanko, is a well-known Philippine Star columnist. And every time I tell people, oh, who is my professor, he gets upset. Cosette, I was just a fresh graduate when I was teaching your class in Marinon. Okay, so after that, I was also very lucky, like I was telling Rochelle, because I was able to get my summer internship in the office of the president in Malacanang. What I did during my internship, I was writing speeches, messages, stuff for the, yes, I know there's a team, there's actually a team then, that was the time of President Marcos. There were 3 teams working on his speeches, but the president, he had a very good memory, he was an excellent extemporaneous speaker. So he would just scan the speeches prepared by the several teams and he would deliver his own speech extemporaneously. Okay. After that, I actually had some internships in Houston and in Boston, courtesy of ISEC. I think there are some ISEC chapters in some of the universities here in the Philippines. So that's what prepared me for my current career. So, what are the qualifications to succeed in PR? Of course, you must have excellent writing skills. Not all are good speakers, but in writing, because you have time to sit down and think about what you write, this is a must. You must have correct grammar, punctuation, syntax, and spelling. In my own office now, we have a fine system. Anything that comes out of the office, emails, communication materials must be grammar perfect. If not, you get fined. Okay? Then, secondly, you must love news. Why do you love news? When dealing with people, with media, with clients, half of the time you're not talking business. You're talking about what's in the news. My own husband thinks I'm a bit crazy. The first thing I do in the morning is turn on the radio. When I take a shower, prepare to get to work, I turn on the radio, listen to the news. When I reach the office, I actually go through 9 newspapers and 3 broadsheets in 1 hour. Yes, I'm a fast reader. It takes practice. Then, in the evening, I either catch the early evening news or the late evening news, depending on what time I get home. And I watch at least 2 or 3 TV stations for the news. So I try to see what the difference in the style and the delivery. Okay, you have to love news, or else there's no future for you. You have to know what's current, what's going on, okay? And then PR, public relations, is also about people relations. You need to love working with people. You need to like hanging around with people. And I've seen that the more successful people in public relations have also very good people skills. They like dealing and being with people and socializing. And then, last but not least, you must be willing to spend long hours and work even on weekends and holidays if needed. The PLM graduates are one of my favorite interns and employees. Why? And this is what I like about them. Of course, this is also true for, I think, UST. Yeah, UST and PLM and LaSalle. What do I like about them? When it's time to party, the men put on their suits and their ties. The women bring out their little black dresses and their 7-inch heels. So they know how to party. But when it's time to work, to rough it up, they're also graduates from your university. You're also willing to roll up your sleeves, bring out your rubber shoes, and hit the ground running. Okay? That's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to look into our website. We have our website. It's www.flashman.com, and we have a local website, www.flashman.com.ph. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Romero. Ma'am, may we request you to please remain on stage for the open forum. The floor is now open for questions.
Okay, questions?
Hi, good afternoon po. My name is Happy Benitez and I'm from DLSUD. Tatanong ko lang po, yung qualifications po na sinabi niyo kanina for Freshman Hillard, is that for internship or for a job application?
That's for internship. Okay, for the qualifications for positions, that's usually in our website. It's more detailed. But generally, personally, when I do my interviews, I look out for the qualifications in how to succeed in the career. You must love the news, you write well, because like I said, not everybody is able to talk well, but what's really important is the writing, grammatically correct.
How can we apply po for internship at your company?
We have a website.
Okay.
You get into the website, you click into the Manila office, it goes to our talent development or HR.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Questions from the back, please. No more? Well, I think it's all clear to them. That's why I don't want to ask any more questions.
Yes, ma'am, may we request you, ma'am, to please remain on stage still for the awarding of certificate and appreciation.
Again, to award the certificate and token of appreciation to our last speaker, let's have on stage the Dean of the College of Mass Communication, PLM, Professor Lucula R. Labagnoy. Professional Overseer and Advisor of JPRPP, Professor Noel S. Ramirez, APR, President of JPRPP, Mr. A.J. Celestial, and the Chair of this year's National PR Conversity, Ms. Janessa Teki.
Once again, thank you very much, Ms. Cosette Morales. Cosette Romero, rather. Before we conclude this program, let us have the President of JPRPP, Mr. AJ Ramos Celestial, for closing remarks.